Don't be a tourist, be a traveler. What's up, everybody? My name is Lauren.
And I'm Natalie. Welcome back to our channel. We are on a mission to create a community of healing through authenticity, self-love, and self-awareness.
Make sure you subscribe to Her and Her Girlfriend for more lifestyle and relationship tips. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos.
Yeah, today we are going to be discussing some tips that we've learned along our travels around the world that really helped us travel better and smoother and more efficiently. These tips are really great, not only if you have a companion, but also definitely for solo travelers, because that's who we were and what we were before starting to travel together.
Traveling can be a chaotic experience. There are so many unpredictable things that can happen when you leave your familiar place with strangers, people at the airport, people on the train, and getting to another destination which 9 times out of 10 you're unfamiliar with. It is best to identify first your own strengths and weaknesses while traveling, and if you're with someone else, identify, like both of you guys or whoever is a part of the party, find out what are you guys good at and what you are not so strong at.
For me, you know that I am the planner. Like, I will research something extremely thoroughly, narrow down the top, excursions, the top places to go, like foods to eat, and then I would present it to you and we would choose what we're gonna do from there.
I think that I'm a good finesser. I'm good at scoping out what the environment is giving me. Know who to talk to get what. If I want something done, I get it done.
Yeah, she's this person that will be like, walk like you belong here and keep going.
I'm definitely that person. Like, I will walk in a venue and knowing that just by the way that I'm walking, you won't stop me. Like, hey, just keep going, keep going.
But then you be walking in front of me because I'm the one that's like... Being able to find a compromise between something that you like and something that somebody else likes. What is going to be a middle ground? Like, if you like hiking and seeing nature and somebody else is like, man, nah, I can't, I'm not gonna be doing all this like rugged stuff. Find a medium ground. What is something that mixes the two up? Like, is there something that's more moderate that both of you guys can really enjoy? We like very different things while traveling. Like, I'm not a hostile type person. I don't think that I think you've graduated from being a hostile type person.
I can rug it out on like camping. I can do the outdoorsy stuff, and this is where I differ from you. You may like glamping. You need a little bit more conveniences, you know? I know that as my travel companion, I know how to find that compromise in the middle. You want everybody who is traveling with you to enjoy the travel.
Something that I learned from you is everything doesn't have to go according to your plan.
When you are traveling, sometimes our eyes are bigger than our stomachs. Sometimes you see a whole spread of food and you want to put everything on your plate and you think that you can handle it all, but really you only get to a portion of that. That's kind of like traveling. You don't want to drain yourself while traveling thinking you're going to hit up everything on your plan, and you don't leave room for your body to sleep
and rest.
Rest is so important when you are traveling. I actually went on a 14-day trip to Israel, and that trip was so mapped out from 8 a.m. to this end time, and we're gonna eat breakfast, and then you need to be, and they were so by the schedule. And although that's what made this trip successful, I realized that I didn't quite enjoy Israel, and I didn't have a lot of memorable moments because I wasn't allowed to kind of veer off schedule and stay someplace longer than I really planned to because I was just enjoying it. So that's what helped me veer away from like the rigidity of planning.
Knowing that, I've been able to learn how to plan rest days. Days of just, we're just going to relax and have this open.
Those are so important.
I will have a list of possible things and places that we can do, but on those days it really comes up to like, what are we feeling like on that day to do while we're in the country. If you allow for flexibility in your plans, everybody's going to be less stressed.
Eyeing that merch. We have a drop coming out this month, so stay on the lookout on how you can get these shirts right here and these sweatshirts.
But you gotta show your back, baby. So this is the I Like 'em Thick sweater, okay? You wanna get this sweater if you like 'em thick, okay?
Check us out at shopherandhergirlfriend.com. It'll be linked below. When you're traveling to any international place, you want to get away from the areas that are touristy. those areas where you see people that look like you, or you see people that talk like you and walk like you, this is literally the area with all the resorts, the area with all the American restaurants. You want to get away from these areas for these reasons. So for number one, I learned from you is that the prices go down when you move away from these touristy areas. The currency exchange rate is a little bit favorable when you move further away from the touristy area. The food is more authentic when you move away. Whatever plaza that you're at that is strictly built for tourists, they know that you're going to spend top dollar. They know that you're going to want this shopping area.
Get to talking with the locals. Don't just listen to the tourists and the people that look like you as well. If you want to find the best food, talk to the locals. They know where the best food is. They know, and that food is probably going to be cheaper because they gotta afford it.
Do you remember we were in Tulum and it was the day when we went to one of the cenotes. And while we were checking in, one of the ladies who was working there had this big old plate. She had this beautiful fried fish, and it was had all the dressings. We're talking with the local. She was like, "Oh, you need to go over here. This is where they're called, and the prices are good." We had the best fish we ever had. It was affordable. It had great service. It wasn't even crowded because it was kind of away. It was off the beaten path, away from where most of the action is happening.
Yes.
That be your best food.
Exactly. That was a life-changing fried fish.
Yeah, it was.
So one thing I learned while not only traveling but also living abroad in a culture and country that's completely different than my own is to watch the locals, be observant of the locals. What are they doing? How are they acting? That is going to help give you a great foundation on how you should navigate yourself in this foreign land. I feel like that also goes into a level of respect when you are a visitor from an outside country. I think we have to abandon our egocentric selves so we can truly appreciate what we're seeing, what we're experiencing. While I was in Korea, I started to almost have Korean mannerisms because I was around it so much, I saw it so much, and because I saw it and I knew that that was a sign of respect, I did that as well. So like when you're passing something to somebody, you're like, you know, you do this thing, yeah, you're taking with two hands. All of those things are like it took me a really long while to get out of the bow habit.
In Korea, when you are in a setting of eating with people, especially if you work with co-workers who are Korean, or if you're working with families and their parents are there, or whoever, if there was a Korean family who invited you out to eat, then it was customary that the youngest person serves everybody else. And what I mean by serve is when you all sit down and there are napkins and silverware and cups placed in front of you, it is up to the youngest person. Sometimes there'll be conversations like, how old are you? But it's so customary for them to make sure everybody gets a napkin, make sure everybody gets silverware, make sure everybody gets a cup. And guess what? If there's water at the table, make sure everybody has some. And you, as the youngest, I believe, do not eat unless everybody else. Is that what it is?
Not necessarily, kind of, because you just want to make sure everybody has their own, has their plate. Like, it's funny because at my first school, I was the youngest one there, and so that was kind of my job, even though my teacher was like, it's okay.
Yeah, they'll try to tell you, it's okay, you don't know, but you want to.
Yeah,
like
it's
I said,
respect.
You care about the customs, and that's something I watched and I paid attention to, and you kind of got better at it. You just realized, oh, I'm around some older ladies, let me go ahead and start. And sometimes they kind of like take pride in, like, wow, you're really trying.
They respect that.
They do respect that, yes. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You are going to be uncomfortable 90-something% of the time when you're traveling. You are going to make a mistake. You are going to do something. There's always something that you don't know. So if that makes you uncomfortable, traveling is probably not for you. Get excited about making mistakes. You're just not going to know. The purpose of traveling is to get outside of your regular routine. So when you're traveling, that is exactly what's happening.
I feel like you grow and you learn the most when you are in an uncomfortable space, because you're just trying to make it comfortable.
Yeah.
You're consistently trying to make it comfortable until it becomes comfortable enough for you. I can attest to that. Just being in a different country, not being able to read any of the languages, not being familiar with any of the customs, all of that stuff, I came in not completely blank on, because I did watch some YouTube videos, but really, like, I did not know what I signed up for when I stepped off that plane. By the time I left Korea, I could essentially read Korean. Leave me in a taxi with a taxi driver, I could fumble through a conversation and confidently.
You have to push yourself out of that comfort zone, starting off with food. Push yourself to eat what they eat at least once.
Yes.
It's okay to try it and say, okay, I don't like it. At least you tried it. Shit, I will go back to Korea for their food. I can eat me some Hey Jungkook. Right? I can eat me some Korean food because they are top notch. I'm telling you.
So those are some of the tips that we've learned about how we make travel easier and smoother for us. What do you think should be added to this list? Leave them down below. If you really enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and share with your friends, families, and whoever else. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next video.